every hill and mountain shall be made low, the rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. I have a dream today.
Welcome to the third annual Commemorative Vigil, sponsored by the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission and State Farm Insurance. Today marks the 43rd anniversary of the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King. On April 4th, 1968, Dr. King was assassinated at the Lorraine Motel. Well, today, we are bringing representation from all over the state of Arkansas to bring a vigil right here to you at the state capitol.
My name is Staff Sergeant Smith. I'm with the Arkansas Army National Guard. I'm a recruiter at the Little Rock storefront. I am here to represent the Martin Luther King Commemorative Vigil 2011. We feel that it's very important to support your heritage and the traditions. Such as the National Guard, we have a lot of tradition here.
I present to you Algebra 2. And finally, biology. Who among you will step up to their challenge?
Me. Yeah, I'll do it. Me too. Sign me up.
Take on the tough classes now. You need them to prepare for college.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent, because kids in foster care don't need perfection. They need you.
Take-out meals for just $12.99. Call them.
Sherry Pearson. You are the sole surviving heir of the King of Montanopolis, and you are now worth $45 million.
I'm rich. This can't be real.
Of course it's not real. Come on. Having money isn't about luck. Like that takeout meal. Cook at home instead, you can save thousands a year. Feed me. Feed the pig.
America is essentially a dream.
It's finally here. It's finally here. America's a dream.
We shall overcome.
Be part of unity. Be part of diversity.
How long will justice be crucified?
Live the dream. Make change happen. Purchase your Martin Luther King Jr. Commission tag today. Support the dream.
Truth bear it. How long?
Change has come to America.
I'm starving. What's for breakfast?
Guten Tag!
Johannes, Ross!
I bring you arts-enriched Raisinblams, fortified with increased test scores and creative problem-solving skills.
It's good!
And good for you.
Bobby? Susie?
Don't worry, that's just the power of the arts!
Feed your kids the arts. For 10 simple ways to learn how, visit AmericansForTheArts.org.
Good cholesterol versus bad, Woody Page.
It all rides on the lipoproteins. The higher the HDL, the lower the risk of heart disease.
I mean, this is a guy who shed 30 pounds in 2 months. He tackled his sleep apnea, too.
High blood pressure's weak. 150/95? Bench the salt.
The pass down low? Now that's a clean colon.
If only you followed your health the way you follow sports. For a complete list of the tests you need and when you need them, go to ahrq.gov/realman.
The odds of this daughter of a clergyman spending 11 weeks at #1 on the U.S. singles charts? 1 in 19 million. The odds of going on to win 6 Grammy Awards? 1 in 1.4 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 110. I'm Toni Braxton, and I encourage you to learn the signs of autism at autismspeaks.org.
I would like to introduce to you 2010 Miss Arkansas, Elise Edie.
Thank you. It is my pleasure to introduce you to the Executive Director of the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission, my friend, Mr. Deshaun Scarborough.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody up there, good morning. Thank you so much for coming out today in remembrance of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. This vigil marks the 43rd anniversary of the assassination of Dr. King. 43 years ago on April 4th, 1968, Dr. King was fatally killed at the Lorraine Motel. Now, some people feel that when Dr. King died, that his message died with him. But people, I'm here to tell you, by you being here today and showing up on this very day, that the message still lies within all of us.
Hi, my name is Demondre Cook, and I'm with the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission, where I am a commissioner serving in the El Dorado, Arkansas area.
Hi, my name is Andre Rux. I'm the president of the NAACP of El Dorado, Arkansas chapter, Union County branch.
Today we celebrate the 43rd anniversary of Dr. King's death, and it was also the 3rd anniversary of the MLK Commission in Arkansas Commemorative Vigil. Today we had students from all over Arkansas, as far as Pine Bluff, Little Rock, and a number of other cities.
My vision of having a vigil is not to go back with the candles and the lights and everyone walking in one row. I want to have a commemorative celebratory vigil where everyone can commemorate Dr. King's legacy, where they can interact and understand together. So we brought bands pretty much from all over the state, Cabot Junior High to Northwest, North Pulaski to Jack Roby, Pine Bluff High, and we brought them all to assemble them in one room as we promoted diversity and the ideation of Dr. King.
I think the statewide participation of the event, how they got the different school districts involved and how they got the young kids to see the values of what Mr. King stands for. I think too many of our youth today don't understand what his legacy is and what he stood for over the years. And I think that the main thing made it successful is to bring together all the youth. That young man was anointed from God. That young man's voice was so melodious and harmonious that I was so impressed with the way that he conducted himself. He flowed, his voice was smooth, it carried, it traveled. I was very impressed.
Instead of honoring this sacred obligation, America has given our people a bad check, which has come back marked with insufficient funds. But we refuse to believe that the bank of justice is bankrupt. We refuse to believe that there are insufficient funds in the great vaults of opportunity of this nation. So we have come to cash this check, a check that will give us, upon demand, the riches of freedom and the security of justice.
Jeffrey Oakley spoke with a lot of passion today. He was strong with his voice traveled, he spoke with confidence, and I like the diversity factor that he mixed that in with that factor to try to let him know that Martin Luther King stood for all races, and his speech stood and reached out to all races of all kind, all nationalities, and I was very impressed with that young man.
I'm Jeffrey Oakley, and I am in 5th grade, and I am 11. Martin Luther King was one of the most famous people, and to actually do one of his speeches in front of all those people just seemed like a really good opportunity. Well, I actually downloaded the speech onto my MP3 just so I could listen to it and hear how he said it. I said the speech lots of times, and just to make it a little easier, we actually had to print it out, like each paragraph on one page just so I could read it a little better. It was still a little nervous because I was still performing in front of a lot of people and the governor. So I was just sort of like, well, here I go. I guess I'm going to have to do it one way or another. Well, I actually did get to meet a person who did actually work with Martin Luther King, and she told me I did a really good job and that he'd be really proud of me. I was just sort of thinking, I'm actually happy I sort of got through that without making much mistakes.
We brought individuals from all over the state, you know, all races, all creeds, all religions, to come together and assemble them for one purpose. And, you know, it was just an opportunity to create unlimited possibilities for all kids throughout the state of Arkansas.
At this time, we have a couple of awards we would like to present. If I can ask the representatives of Coca-Cola to please come to the podium. Mr. Deshaun Scarborough, please join with them. And today, Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Arkansas and the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission presents the Outstanding Student of the Year Award to Deshaun Scarborough Jr. Will the representatives of State Farm Insurance please join Mr. Scarborough here up at the podium? State Farm Insurance and the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission presents the Arkansas Youth Community Service Day Award to Joy Osborne of Vision Christian Academy, Little Rock, Arkansas.
Today we had students from all over Arkansas, as far as Pine Bluff, Little Rock, and a number of other cities. We also had a visit from the governor who spoke greatly of the organization and the event.
I would like to introduce to you a man who, like Dr. King, is an outstanding leader striving for positive change. A champion of education and economic development. Oh, I'm talking about Governor Mike Beebe, who has overseen Arkansas's rise in national education, rankings, and the announcement of more than 26,000 new jobs in the state of Arkansas. Now, I can go on and on about this great man, but without further ado, I give to you Governor Mike Beebe!
I'm not sure these walls are going to be able to withstand the energy and the noise that we see here, but frankly, it's so bad outside, I'm glad you're inside, and I like the way the noise reverberates. Let's celebrate. was not much older than most of the young people here in attendance on that April day in 1968. And I remember it vividly to this day. I remember thinking in the midst of that year of upheaval that it portended violence across the land. Indeed, there were riots and incidents of violence that resulted from that assassination. That was the last thing Dr. King would have wanted. In fact, one of the greatest pieces of tribute that day came from Bobby Kennedy, who, when told at a speech in Indianapolis about the assassination of Dr. King, calmed the emotions, and Indianapolis was one of the few major cities in the country that did not experience rioting as a result of that. That's what Dr. King's legacy was all about. It was about nonviolence. It was about love. It was about inclusion. It was about education. It was about sharing. It was about a better life for all of our people. It was about treating one another the way we want to be treated. Dr. King's legacy lives in that regard today. But we don't celebrate Dr. King's death today. We celebrate Dr. King's life today. We celebrate Dr. King's dream today. We celebrate a better America today. One that's not perfect, one that still needs a lot of work, but a better America today than in 1968. And we celebrate brotherly love, one for another, black and white, rich and poor, old and young, urban and rural, man or woman. We are together, one people, one nation, one America.
These things we count on every day started as ideas. Ideas from the minds of African Americans. Support minority education today so we don't miss out on the next big idea tomorrow. The United Negro College Fund. A mind is a terrible thing to waste.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.